Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They continue the road very well. Shalom to the whole elect that is also pushing forth this word, this ministry, and this gospel to the other members of the whole elect in all faith, true, and sincerity, giving all diligence. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled Babylon is, or should I say Babylon the Great is indeed America. Because Babylon, if you go into the scriptures, it speaks about the Babylon, especially in Jeremiah and Isaiah and the rest of the other books of the prophets. And you have guys out there, and if I'm not mistaken, it includes Vocab Malone and the rest of the other guys that call themselves so-called Christians that's coming up against us, the men of Great Millstone. They're saying that Babylon was already destroyed. All right, and that just lets you know that, you know, they're doing everything that they can to downplay what we say, because they know this is the truth, man, but yet they refute it, even though it's right in front of their faces. And see, it's like it's so much evidence and so many things that shows you and proves that America is indeed Babylon the Great, to where, like, even a normal functioning man, you know, that has a good level of understanding, they can look at it and they consider it's like, oh well, you know, they can't really say anything against that. All right. But see, the real reason why they're doing that is because they're losing followers, man. All right, that's the real reason why they're doing it. You know, these church leaders, so-called church leaders, you know, sending out, you know, what they have, their members, some of their members, to come up against us in a feeble attempt to you know, to silence us, so to speak. All right. But, you know, getting back on topic, America, which once again, Babylon the Great in the scriptures, we already know that their symbol is the eagle. All right. In which Esau, which the Bible speaks about Esau, which Esau we know is the progenitor of the Edomites, in which the Edomites are the so-called white man, so-called white people, where that's their true biblical nationality, which is Edom. They carry the symbol of the eagle. All right, going all the way back to the Greek and the Roman Empire. All right, they always had that symbol of the eagle. Okay, and as you can see, you know, America's symbol is once again the eagle. And one of the things that are written on the symbol, which is the national seal, you know, which the national seal has the eagle on it, which I got in front of me, which it has a ribbon in its mouth which says E pluribus unum. Now, that's Latin. E pluribus unum is Latin for out of many, one. All right. Now, that ties into the Bible. That motto, because that's a national motto, E pluribus unum. They even did a thing. I think they had it was around the 4th of July, where they promoted that motto, E pluribus unum, They put on beer products like Budweiser and other products like that. With the phrase "de pluribus unum," different drinks and stuff like that. Which that motto was that the national motto, which means "out of many one." All right, because America is known as the melting pot. All right, with all different nations and languages all come together in this one place. It like I said before, all of this ties into the Bible. The Bible, because the thing is that the Bible's not going to come right out and say America's going to be destroyed and this and that and the third. But it's gonna speak in code. All right, it's not gonna come right out and tell you America. If that was the case, then America would have been done away with a long time ago. These people would have, especially these people that call themselves Christians, they would look at that and say, oh man, they'll look at it and say, well, they'll be completely against this place, man. But it's not like that. All right, because this is a stumbling block to, first and foremost, the majority of our people, which makes up the nation of Israel, which is so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is a stumbling block to them. All right, but not to go on too much longer, I want to go ahead and get into the precepts and let Yahweh Shah come out. This is Genesis chapter 11, verse 1. It says, "And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech." All right, so right there, man, from the jump, it's telling you, say, look, the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. Now, the universal language today is what? English. All right, that's the universal language. That's the language that's basically you it's a requirement to know English. All right. So if a person, let's say for instance, like someone from another nation comes over and to do business, they'll have to learn that language. All right. If you go to another part of the world, more than likely they'll know. They won't speak fluent English, but they'll know English. All right. If they see an American, they'll try to they try to speak English to you. All right, because like I said before, that's the universal language. So like it says right here in verse 1, it says the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. All right. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, "Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly." And they had brick for stone, and slime they had for mortar. And they said, "Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth." And it's the same thing that goes on today, man. All right. It said, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven. All right. Now it didn't just say a tower; it says a city and a tower. All right. To which the city that was built, which is America, that where it speaks about where its top may reach unto heaven, that's talking about this place being labeled as a first world country. All right. So basically it's saying that let's make a city and a tower that all these other nations could come to, and let this be our paradise, which is which that what it means by heaven. All right, because there are three different types of heavens. All right, there's the atmosphere, all right, which reaches the firmament, which is the ozone layer, and then there's heaven, which is a condition, because there's a saying that goes, and you can look this up, a white man's heaven is a black man's hell, which that stands today. That's true. All right. Same goes for a black man's heaven is a white man's hell. Okay. And the other part, the other heaven is the spirit world. All right. So in this scripture, that's why you have to be careful with the Bible, man. You can't just look at it and say, oh, heaven. Oh, it was talking about the heavens and the spirit world where, you know, babies in diapers fly around and, you know, everybody has wings and halos and no, man. This scripture right here in Genesis chapter 11 is talking about the condition. All right. So another way of saying paradise, Salakia. Another way of saying paradise is a utopia. All right. You can actually go and research that word utopia, and it falls right in line with America, especially Rome too, man. That's the thing about Rome back in history. You know, they basically they were making their cities as a utopia. Okay. And it also says, "Let us make a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the earth." So what's that name that's talking about? It's talking about Americans. All right. So if somebody come over and say, "Oh, well, he's Indian American, Asian American, African American, Latino American," you know, basically put their names, they label themselves as Americans. All right, like it says right here, it says, lest they be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And that's the thing about America too, man. It pushes that, for lack of a better term, I'm calling it unionism. You know, I don't know the exact terminology for that, but basically everyone coming together as one people. All right. Now, reading on, it says, and it's got Lord in all caps. It says, in Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahweh Shai came down, which the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. Son's name is Yahweh Shai. All right, when we do worship, honor, and praise. It says, in Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahweh Shai came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahweh Shai said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. All right. Just like the day, they're of one language. Verse 7 said, go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build a city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, or in the Hebrew, Babal, because Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. All right. So there you go, man. Because of that event that took place, the Most High confounded the languages to where they couldn't understand each other, and then they left off from building that tower. All right, in the city, and it was called Babel, which is Babal in the Hebrew, which means confusion. Okay. That's why this place, which people call America today, is known as Babylon the Great, is because it's confusion. All right, it's confusion because you have, I mean, it's a number of things, man. I'm just naming a few. You can't even tell if a man is. You can't even tell if a woman is actually a woman or a man is actually a man. All right, the traffic system, the educational system. All right.